Just doing a little technical analysis on some coins right here that I have on my list. Right, first, as you guys can see, I have a Bitcoin open. Right, I usually don't go over crypto analysis, but today I just decided to do a video and just go over some thoughts that I have on this. Right, I'm recording this live right now, and this should be uploaded soon. But Bitcoin right now, if we just go on the monthly channel, right, first let's go to Bitcoin. Let me remove all my drawings that I have currently. And if we look at the monthly channel, which is available on the trading view, right, this chart is available from 2017. Obviously, Bitcoin has been in existence for a long time now. On a monthly, from 2017 until 2019, there was a lot of consolidation going on. A lot of talk was about Bitcoin. It broke the new highs, and then it consolidated for a long time. Then it went again, consolidated more. Then finally, in 2020, late 2020, and into 2021, we had this huge rip. Now, one needs to understand Bitcoin was, when I was in uni about, I think, 12 years ago or 2011 or 10, my friends and I were talking about Bitcoin in hundreds. And at that time, I was going to buy it. I didn't believe in it. I did not look at it. But Bitcoin has already come a long way. How far does it go? Only future will tell. But for now, if looking at the technical analysis for current entries and exits, well, currently I do own Bitcoin from these levels, right? I do have Bitcoin now from roughly 2020. I bought some in these months, right, and some from here, and I'm just holding it, see what happens in the coming years, right? Maybe I'll pay big. But for now, on monthly, we had in April 21 a little reversal, and obviously we gave up some gains. We recovered, broke all-time highs, and then it gave up gains again, and currently we're trading near 46,000. Now on the monthly, there's not much that I have that I can cover here, except that we're on the monthly resistance above a wide resistance from 44,000 to 47,000. And the MACD also wants to maybe cross down a little bit, so we might be in a little bit longer than expected consolidation. Many people were expecting a rip here on a recovery, but I think because Bitcoin ran so much, there's nothing wrong if we go sideways for a few months or maybe for the entire 2022. Who knows? Unless we take out the $63,000 level, 63K, then obviously we have 100K and all these expectations, right? But for now, let's go on the weekly channel, right? On the weekly, if I go, we're below the 200 MA, which is not good. Usually, the 200 MA must be held, because if we see back here from July 2020, we held it where we're above. And then in 2021, in the midsummer, we tried holding it, right? And then we held it, we went up, and then here's a retest. We tried breaking up the all-time highs, but they sold it off. But this here is something different. It closed below the 200 MA. It's actually right now currently is below the 200 MA. Now this is usually bearish. Number one thing that I see right off the back on the weekly is this right here. Bear flag, which I see forming, right? Bear flag, usually bearish flag, that it breaks out of the channel. Now then, we have the next resistance all the way, support, sorry. We do have, I'll spend a little bit of time on Bitcoin, then the rest of the coins I'll go fast. We do have first support near the 43K level, and then the next support is obviously right here, very tight support levels here, right, of 39,000. And then obviously we have this strong support, right, where it broke out, retested the support, and then tried going up again, which is a $30,000 mark roughly. Right now, if we don't stay above the 46, or if we don't reclaim the 200 mm on the Bitcoin, it's possible that we might visit the $43,000 level first. I'll use the round numbers. $43,000 will be first, and then we have roughly 39,000, right? These could be off by 500 points, right? I'm just going over the main levels which I have right here. 39,000 followed by all the way towards 30,000, right? At 30,000, I will definitely scale in some more long. I did buy some here, just a small scale in, and then scale in every few months, right? So these are the levels I have to the downside. For the upside, it's clear as long as we take well the highs of these last 1 month action, which is roughly 53,000, we can see an uptrend resume again on Bitcoin. But for now, on the weekly, one can easily draw a trend line here and justify the bounce on the trend line right here off this white trend line. I'll just change the color so it's more visible, yellow. One can easily argue that Bitcoin's going to bounce off this trend line, right? Which is a possibility. It should. If it doesn't, then we do have these levels below, which one should know. So if you're playing high leverage trades or anything like that, just make sure you know the downside levels. Any stock I play, I always understand downside levels. I know my risks. Okay, sometimes I do go in heavy, but it depends. But the upside, I also on Bitcoin is 53. If we end up holding this trend line, and on the weekly this week on Sunday closing, right? Weekly is a Sunday close on Bitcoin. If we close above this 47.48 and we close green for the week and we reclaim the 200 MA, then this trend line will be in play. That means we held off the trend line and then maybe we can play long based on that. However, if we don't close above this trend line, or maybe it might consolidate here for a week or two, we might bump heads here, maybe it breaks down, maybe it goes up. But for now, I would not buy here unless you believe in this trend line, right? So here is probably small scale in. If it breaks below, then you probably want to wait until 43. Even at 43, it might not be a pickup because they're probably gonna reject it from this trend line, and then it probably sees 40,000 as well. All right. Just a pattern that I see forming. Another pattern that I see here on the weekly, I'm just keeping my options open if I remove all my drawings here, right? Which is a possibility, right? This is a possible pattern. It does not have to stand true, right? It's nothing but a little cup and handle pattern, which is probably forming right here, all right? Which is a possible that it might be forming right here. We might have this cup and handle pattern which might be forming, but there's no guarantee for this. It's just something that you just see. If it happens, if it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Again, for this to form, the trend line has to bounce, right? This trend line bounce has to happen right here in order for this pattern to form. If it fails, then we have the levels below which we just looked at on. Okay, so that's my thing on Bitcoin. Personally, I would be very patient, cautious buying Bitcoin above 53. Obviously, it looks good. Anything under, this is a very critical level. If we fail this 46K hold, then 43 is next, followed by 40,000, and then the levels which I just gave. Ethereum, again on Ethereum, I drew this chart. When I was day trading Ethereum past few weeks. In fact, my crypto trading has been much better than my stock trading lately. More gains, I guess, right? But on Ethereum, if I look at the 4-hour chart, I drew this these trend lines. Right, you might not see these anywhere else, but here, these are the downtrend, descending trend lines with resistance. All right, to draw these, and currently we're in this upper this formation right here, and these I can just extend them because I drew them before when Ethereum was trading around 440-100 around here, and it perfectly fit in here. Okay. And on Ethereum, the only thing I can say is on the 4-hour, we are in a downtrend. Okay, so I'm gonna raise my drawings here. I'll probably draw them later on. So we are in a downtrend on the 4-hour, and if I remove my drawings, I'll go on the weekly chart on Ethereum. And on the weekly is similar to Bitcoin, right? If you can spot the similarities here. What I don't like right off the back, I don't like this MACD, right? This MACD is usually bearish, or it usually means consolidation right here. This I don't like, open to the downside, and this increasing. Okay, so this probably means that Ethereum probably is going to go test the 200 MA and see if it bounces. Usually Ethereum always bounces just before it touches the 200-day moving average. So here maybe we approach 3,300, 3,400, and then reverse back up if Bitcoin also sees some strength. And the similar pattern I'll draw on Ethereum, this trend line right here, so it still has some way to go around here, so we can still see some downside. And currently is sitting at the resistance right here. It's under this here, and then we have support level right here. All right, if I was to draw support, it's right here at the $3,400, $3,500 level, roughly here. So we're stuck in this little chop zone. And then another pattern which I see here, which one could probably argue that it might be a cup and a handle pattern, but again, it's not really too clean, but it's a possibility, right? We had one right here. We had the first cup and handle, which I'll draw right here, right? We had this first cup and handle right here. If I was just to draw this, and then we broke out of this channel right here, and so we broke out of this channel right here from this cup and handle pattern. We had a nice little breakout, and then it made this toppy action right here, a very well-known reversal candle, and then we have been giving up gains ever since. And now the only thing I see here is that it's testing this upper breakout, which is roughly this level right here, and as long as we can hold above this level, it's great. But if we don't, do expect the downside level right here, which is roughly the $3,000 level, and around 3,000 I think it makes sense, right? That will have us hold this trend line. It will probably form around there, right? If you guys draw this, it'll probably work out something like this, that Ethereum reaches these levels, and if crypto bounces, we see some strength, and then it can probably bounce back up. And if this level fails, if this chop fails, then be open to more downside, which is roughly right here. The first level is all the way at 2600, and then we have 1800, right? Anything is possible. Earlier also Ethereum went to 4300 and came down in 2000. This is possible one more time, right? Everyone's bullish on crypto, that's great, but do understand that expect downside. When you expect downside, you manage risk and size. And if this level fails, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but these are the possibilities that I believe in. I'm open to a lot of downside. I'm open to infinity upside, right? And we can also see Ethereum in the future right here roughly at $1,200. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's a possibility that you should know that it can happen. Anything is possible in the crypto world. All right. And obviously to the upside, we have this level right here, which is 4,600. And then if we do bounce off this area between 3,600 to 3,000, because crypto is wild, right? So we do have this bigger range. If we bounce off from here, then obviously we have the first resistance of 4,700, a bigger one, and through this we go much higher, right? Personally, yes, I am long Ethereum as well. I own a little bit of it, and that's my thesis on Ethereum. But right now we can just argue that it's on this support right here. If it fails to break out, then we likely see around 3,300, 3,200, around this zone, and maybe we bounce off from here if we hold the trend line. And if we fail this, then we do have 2,600 next. If we don't hold 2,600, then we do have all the way towards 2,000 and maybe 1,900. All right, and so that's that. And some coins that I'll go over right now is RS, man. I don't sleep. Now we have LYXC that I'll just go over. Right, I don't know much about this coin, but I'll just go over my personal technical analysis. Number one thing right off the back is very volatile, right? So in order to invest in this coin, one must understand the fundamentals behind it, what exactly it does, you know. And these swings, if you look at it, this coin went from 94 cents, or if we look at the lows, which was 20 cents, all the way towards $27, and then came back to $5, and then ripped back to $41. So these type of coins come with risk and rewards both. It's not just one thing, right? And very volatile. The only thing I see right here currently, it's you know, if you're bullish on this coin, is that previous breakout or the high, it came down and then stalled here. It broke out from this level. Right now it's in this choppy zone, right? And MACD is still in between, not much here. And personally, on this coin, to get long, I would wait until it can take out this level right here. Right above this, we can probably see much higher, about 2250. But here again, it's sitting at the 200 DMA. Last time it was at the 200 DMA, it got stuck there for a while. It was here for many weeks, and I will mainly be going over the weekly charts because you get more clarity with that, right? And that would have here we have this typical bounce when something falls, and then at the 200 DMA it bounced off, and now at this which acts as a resistance, it gave up some gains. Again, it's just trying to hold on to this level. Personally, I would wait for a hold about $20 or $22.50 for more continued upside. But the chart is very volatile. Again, at the 200-day DMA, if we continue holding above it, if Bitcoin can gain some strength, then obviously this coin can also reverse from here and goes up. And I think majority of the crypto, a lot of altcoins do depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin shows strength, most of them run, right? Unless if Bitcoin is weak, then only very few and selected ones run, right? So this right here, I think it's just stuck in this chop, a very attractive level. And here is a make or break. Either it holds support here and we reverse, or either it breaks and then we can probably visit all the way towards $9, right? Crypto now is a high risk, high reward. If you're investing in these names, expect high returns, but then also the risk is also high, right? Something that goes from 5 to 40 within months, you gotta expect to go from 40 to 12 also, right? So, and then Telecoin, and one of the coins I actually like, again, we had this nice little rip back in May 2021, and then ever since it just gave up gains. Now this is a very typical pattern. This pattern, if I show you on some stocks, you know, many people might not like what I'm going to say here, because this pattern is not really a good pattern. If I go simply on, for example, I'll just go on this stock Tilray, right? A nice little spike and then boom, gives up all the gains, right? And if I zoom out from the previous years, right? IPO, a nice little spike and then starts. Any stock that gives up gains like this on a little hurdle is very dangerous. That means that business is done for many, many years, right? This year I invested a little bit in Tilray, and then, you know, again, it gave up some gains, and then TEL USDT, and I see a similar pattern forming here. So TEL USDT, right? And so same thing here, it spiked and gave up some gains. It's below the 200-day DMA, and on TEL I will simply wait until it reclaims the 200 DMA. Now this coin is only going for a penny. With these coins, you're just, I mean, you know, you would probably scale in. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go, right? For example, LYXC, the one that we just looked at, was also trading at 20 cents and went to 40 bucks. So coins like this, if you know something, it's usually a gambler's bet. You throw in a little bit of money. If it works, I mean, even if you put in $100 here or $1,000, and let's say it goes to $5, that $100 or $1,000 can return amazing profits, right? But again, accept zero from certain things, right? So TEL, I don't have any position in it, but it's something that I do want to go long in it, because I know some friends that are also investing in this coin. But here I think it's attractive for a penny. I don't mind throwing in a few $100s, and if it goes, let's say, into $1 or $2 in the next 1, 2, 3 years, or maybe this year, who knows? This crypto's wild, right? Then this can obviously have very high returns. Phil USDT, again, you know, a nice little pump and a dump all the way from 200 to 34. Right, these coins, you guys better look at them properly, what exactly they do. This again, a very typical pattern here, right? But this is a descending triangle that I see that is formed here, and now we better get above this trend line right here. Basically, if we wanna, we need a higher price action on this, right? Obviously, we need to reclaim the 200 DMA, but for the entire year in 2021, from May, April, it has given up all the gains. Right, but currently at a very good zone, because this is a previous breakout zone, so this could be an attractive zone for a buyout for long term. Right, that's all I see that from a previous breakout when you know, in March, Feb, before it broke out. These are the levels it's at. But again, it's sort of forming a weekly bear flag here. If it fails, it can definitely see all the way towards $19. Right, so the swings here can be wild. Right, they can be wild. So again, this name also, if you want to invest, I would personally go long on it. It's a hodl type of name, and expect, again, it's a high risk, high reward play, right? From 34, it can definitely see all the way towards 22, or even the low of this, which is $10. So 50, 60, 70% down. However, if it breaks to the upside, it can give you 100%, 200, 300%, or wherever it goes, right? So again, a high risk, high reward play. MATIC, many people's favorite in the market right now, and the one that's actually been holding strong compared to many people, right? MATIC, me and my team, we got in the $2.10 just earlier, sometime back. It broke out, right? It showed a lot of strength when Bitcoin was not in strength. On MATIC, I just see a nice little uptrend, right? You can draw these trend lines on your platform. As long as it holds in these trend lines, a nice uptrend on MATIC, right? We broke out of the previous resistance, which was $2. Now is retesting. As long as we hold this retest of 210, 220, I think we probably see much higher on MATIC. For more upside, obviously we need higher than $3. Another thing that I do want to mention on MATIC, this reminds me of ADA Cardano. When Cardano went to $3, and then it slowly just gave up gains all the way to $1.31, right? And I do have some Cardano long. I bought it back here, when it was in cents. And on MATIC, that is also a possibility. On crypto, anything is possible, guys. Things can turn upside down within a day, or within a few weeks only. So MATIC, my internet's a little slow here. Let's see. Sorry, guys. On MATIC, come on, why isn't it loading? And okay, let me refresh my page, maybe it helps. And yeah, so MATIC here, again, just expect downside. This can easily give up gains and come all the way towards $1.60, even $7, and all the way towards 77 cents. All right, and so our target entry we already achieved at 210. But on MATIC, MACD is also about to kind of pointing to the downside. So be careful investing in these names unless you have some catalysts that are coming up, maybe, or something you know about the coin, what it does. So MATIC here is coming to retest. If it fails a retest, then you can expect a nice little downtrend. That is possible. I have no idea what's going to happen, but this is something that one should expect, that it can easily fall below in this downtrend, all the way towards where? This range right here, right? The first range, if it gives up all the gains, right? And if it retests, holds strong, it can go up. Bitcoin I just went over, BSV USDT. Okay, this is a very choppy pattern. I can already tell you this is stuck in a range. This reminds me of okay, so this is I don't even know what technical analysis to do on this, except that it's at a very strong support level at 120. I don't follow this, and you know, I'm still learning a lot about crypto, so this is I'm doing on a request. But here it's just in this stuck in this chop, which is usually a bounce zone. I think it needs above this 150 level, so 150 would be a key area on BSV. 150 plus hold is what I would look for on this, and if it fails to hold, then obviously we have all the way towards 75 and all the way down towards 47 bucks, which is another more than a 50% move down. I think with Bitcoin weak and the crypto, this can always see down. For this, I would have to look at what moves this. This looks like something to do with Tether and Bitcoin SV, so I need to look into what this is. USDT, okay, that's Tether, we already know, right? Which is this, I won't go over. XRP, one of the major longs I have. I had this coin. This was one of the first coins I bought back in the days, like at 30-40 cents, right? XRP, Ripple. Again here, the only pattern that I see is right here, right off the back. It broke out of this. Now it needs to reclaim this trend line, and then we have this right here. And XRP, I think they were facing some lawsuits or whatever it was going on, right? Because this was one coin that was supposed to run big, past like $10 or so. But this again is just below the 200-day MA, 200 DMA. And this, if it can just continue holding on to this zone right here, which is a breakout of the previous zone, even if it can continue holding here and if Bitcoin regains strength, and this is the one thing that I would keep an eye on. If it gets to $1 around these levels, this can probably squeeze back to the all-time highs of $1.80. And do keep an eye on the lawsuit that they have, or if it's cleared, something to do with the SEC, right? So just keep an eye on that. You can look up the news, what's going on with this, and I think once that's cleared, if it is cleared already, and then this can definitely see a move up. Again, if I remove all my drives on the weekly, another pattern that I see here is a bear flag, which is a possibility right here, right? If it breaks below here, then we do have all the way towards 56 cents, and then all these lower supports at 28 cents. Names like this, if you catch them at the right time, they pay you big, and if they're on the wrong side, then you can lose big also, right? And so that was it, guys, for some of these coins. XRP personally, I am long on it, right? But I think it needs that $1 break. If it can hold above this choppy zone above $1, this can probably see a big move, I think, right? And for this, like I said, you guys would have to look at the news if it's all clear, right? Because they've been facing a probe or something, I believe. And I think it's a great chart, but for long term, obviously that matters. And I hope that helps, guys. And any other points that you guys may have for request, just type them on the comment section, and I can do more analysis on crypto. And if you guys want shorter time frames, for example 1 hour, 2 hour for trades, mention it to us, right? Message us on Discord. Our crypto chat is absolutely free,